He locked me away to protect me, or so he said, but no one builds a luxury cage without intending to watch you break inside it. The first night I understood I wasn't a prisoner. I was on display, because real cages don't have bars, they have cameras. There was no kidnapping, no hood, no van. There was a contract. The paper was thick, ceremonial, white marble beneath my fingers, black ink, his signature flawless at the bottom, Matteo De Luca. The name needed no introduction. In my world, that surname was whispered or not spoken at all. "This is not confinement," he said, with the calm used by men who have never lost. "It's a security measure." I looked up. The penthouse belonged in an architectural magazine, polished steel, glass walls overlooking a distant nocturnal city, lighting so precise it seemed designed to erase shadows, except the necessary ones. "Security for whom?" I asked. His gaze didn't move, dark, cold, attentive. "For you." A pause, and for me. The reason was simple and monstrous. My brother had stolen money that didn't belong to him, money that belonged to Matteo De Luca, the kind of debt that isn't paid with apologies or with someone else's blood. "I'm not signing," I said. He smiled slightly. It wasn't kind. "You already did when you agreed to come." Then he slid a black gold ring across the table. Small object, lethal. "That ring has a chip. From tonight on, everything you do, I'll see it." The cage didn't close with a click. It closed with his voice. The penthouse had rules, unwritten, absolute. I couldn't leave. I couldn't invite anyone. I couldn't turn off the cameras. At first, I tried to ignore them. I walked naked in the mornings just to provoke him, knowing he was watching. I talked to myself out loud. Soft insults, challenges. He never responded. That was the worst part. The surveillance wasn't constant. It was selective. I knew because the lights shifted tone when I entered certain rooms, because music turned on by itself when my breathing sped up, because coffee always appeared hot, even when I left it to go cold on purpose. He wasn't there, but he was everywhere. The first time he spoke was on the third day. I was in the bedroom, the massive bed, dressed in black sheets. I'd fallen asleep, fully clothed, exhausted from not sleeping. "You don't sleep well," his voice said from nowhere. I sat up sharply. "Go to hell." Silence, then. "Insomnia makes you reckless." I stood, searched for the camera, found it. "Does this turn you on?" I asked, "watching me locked up?" He took his time answering. "It turns me on knowing you're still alive." The words stayed inside me, not as comfort, as warning. That night I dreamed of him, not touching me, watching me. The call came at 2 a.m. "Don't look at the cameras," he ordered. My heart sped up. Why? Because this time I'm not the one watching. The screens in the living room turned on by themselves. Documents, photos, names, my name, my brother's, transfers, dates. "Someone else knows where you are," he said. "And they think you're negotiable. What does that mean?" "It means your cage is no longer just mine." I felt cold for the first time since I'd arrived. "Get me out of here," I whispered. "You said it was safe." "It was," he replied, "until you stopped being just a payment." The private elevator rose without warning. The lights dimmed, the cameras flickered, and then I saw him. Matteo De Luca entered the penthouse as if he'd always been there. Black suit, long coat, a weapon hidden beneath the fabric. His presence compressed the space. "Now listen carefully, because I'm going to give you a choice." He approached. "Didn't touch me. I can hide you better, deeper, darker." A pause, "Or I can let them see you." I looked him in the eyes. "And what do you get?" For the first time, something crossed his expression. Everything. The new cage was underground, no bars, bulletproof glass, black marble, absolute silence. "No one enters here without my permission," he said as the door closed. "Not even you." "Is this protection or punishment?" He studied me as if assessing the value of a singular piece. "It's an investment." The cameras here weren't hidden. They were part of the design. They surrounded me. watched me even when I cried for the first time. "You can't stay with me," I said, broken. "You can't watch and not touch." He stepped close enough for me to feel his heat, lifted my chin with 2 fingers. Surgical precision. "I can," he murmured, "because if I touch you, I stop thinking with the right head." His voice dropped. "And you need a king who thinks, not a man who gives in." Something broke inside me, something dangerous. "Then watch me," I said. "But don't ask me not to watch you too." His fingers tightened. "That's already too late?" The next morning I woke with a thin collar around my neck, black gold, discreet, indelible. A note on the table: "Now everyone knows you're mine, and those who don't accept it will learn." I smiled for the first time because I understood the truth. I wasn't in a cage to protect me from the world. I was in a cage so the world couldn't touch me without dying. And because he was trapped too, with me, the debt is always paid.